Oh, you're not in Zoom.
Oh, shit. Forgot Zoom.
Zoom.
I'm not in Zoom either. Oh.
No, I'm in Zoom.
Yes, I see that.
Got to relaunch a fucking slob.
All right, quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. 8 years plus and still running. Who'd have ever thought they'd last this long? Lunch with no other than the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Les.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours.
That's right.
Because
Highly
it's Monday, and it's a short month for Laz and myself.
a short week. It's a short month. That's right. We'll be here today through Thursday this week, and then we're going to be on hiatus until the 27th of the month. So from the 17th through the 24th, we will not be here. Actually, well, I don't count weekends, but
well, I'll be around, but
yes,
whether or not I'm streaming is debatable.
debatable.
Very debatable.
Much debatable. That's right. But you know what? I didn't check. Hold on. I gotta check this real quick.
Oh, be careful when you're on hiatus.
Oh?
Because if you look, it's a high place. You might fall.
Oh.
Yeah. He's going to fall.
Yeah, let's go visit this real quick, just to let everybody know what's going on, because we did promise this.
What? Oh, Vulcan Jedi update.
Yes.
Dun 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 dun. So he was $334 short. It looks like.
No.
Well, that was up till game day. Yes, but he ranked 32nd for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Nice.
Yes. 32nd in fundraising for them. He raised $1,166 of his $1,500 goal. As you can see, he updated through the day. And
yes.
Let's just see where he's at right now in his 7th year. $1,166. Oh, because I'm not showing the right screen. That's why.
Yeah, there's lots of them.
There we go. There we go. I was showing my Twitter page instead of that, but
Yeah.
yes, $1,166 was raised, and again, there we go. We'll go back and show you this here. 32nd for the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Not too bad, Mark, and congratulations on your fundraising efforts. And
Congratulations,
yes,
Vulcan Jedi.
and again,
Hope
we're
you
gonna
lived
go ahead.
through Saturday and into Sunday.
Yeah.
Uh,
Is that D. Schneider?
and
Yes, it is.
was what was what D. Schneider?
There's a picture right to
The picture? Yeah. Yeah.
Picture right there. D. Schneider of Twisted Sister. Very
Yes.
cool. Very
Yes.
cool. But yes, don't forget, all year long, all the funds that he raises go to this cause. So don't forget, when you are out there and you see Vulcan Jedi streaming, toss some bits his way, because all those bits do go to a good cause. And of course, he did get his gold status for going over $1,000, I believe it was. He got the decal, he got the T-shirt, he got the silver medal, and the gold medal. So, congratulations for achieving gold. And again, just keep up the great work for the good cause. As again, we try and do our best to do all the support that we can for this cause when we see him doing this all the time. So, congratulations, Welcome Jedi. There he is. He's in chat. How did your day go? Did you have a good day streaming? Did you have some people joining you and all that good stuff? Is just stopping in to thank you guys. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
As
Thank you for doing it.
you're the guy doing the hard lifting. We just we just bring awareness to it. And again, we appreciate supporting you every year. Again, the things you had to endure for your daughter, and the things that you do for these children year in and year out is commendable. And
he can't hear,
oh,
unfortunately.
he's on the phone. Okay, well, he can go back and hear all the praise
Listen.
later on. That's right. But yes, again, wanted to go ahead and just bring attention to it. Don't forget, throughout the year, like I said, you can go ahead and donate to him, and that money will go to Extra Life all year long. But meanwhile, welcome to today's show, boys and girls. It is Monday, and November 6th, 2023. We helped him get his silver on Friday, and he got his gold on Saturday. Yes, that's what we were just saying. And giveaways are open! Exclamation, I love free shit! Exclamation, bundle me! And Vulcan Jedi with 100 bits. Thank you.
Vulcan Yeti just shared 100 bits.
Yay.
Our endless thanks for your support.
That's right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every little bit helps, even on our side. So thank you much, Vulcan Jedi. And of course, if you want a mystery game key, all you got to do is donate 300 bits.
300 bits.
You will be opening up the treasure trove of mystery game keys. But let's get to some Shroud topics next, as we got some interesting stuff on tap here.
Yes.
Want to talk about a little accessibility in Shroud, because
Douche Blackheart as an issue. Accessibility in Shroud. Oh boy, here I go posting again. So yes, as alluded to in my Death and Taxes thread, this is me talking about another issue that I found in Shroud.
No, not another issue.
Not another issue. There's no issues in Shroud.
Goodness grief, Charlie Brown.
I know. This time it's not build related, I promise.
Get
This
back to
time
work,
it's about
Vulcan. We'll
how
speak to you later.
accessible the game currently is, and I don't mean downloading it. There's a few points to cover, so I'll start with a pet peeve of my own. I can't see what's going on. Um, the funny part is the number of devs that were colorblind working on the project. You'd think they would have made a lot of inroads with how to manage that.
Well, that was something that, again, was started. They did address just a little bit, and then it took an exit stage left, and
Yeah.
they stopped doing it.
Yes. And what he means is he can't tell what buffs and debuffs are so all on his screen that I have no way to tell at a glance what is going on. As mentioned, I have a background in fast-paced games that often don't allow you to pause what is going on to see what is affecting you. In Shroud, I found that even when I try to move around the UI, I'm often still trained to look at the top left to see what is affecting me. However, many icons look the same and are easily mistaken for each other at a glance, especially debuffs. I understand this can be an art asset issue, but in the time I've been playing, there's no visual difference in the confusion debuff that is given out by the Kabbalist as there is the focus debuff. Welcome to Shroud. Equally the stealth debuff.
That's Shroud, baby.
So I can be affected by these effects, but have no idea until my game play is affected. Now, theoretically, a simple way to solve this would be to make the icons bigger, but that still runs the problem of debuffs looking the same. So I leave that up to the devs to sort because my idea is to resolve that would require a lot more work, visual effects, and that has its own issues. However,
Sure.
some form of scaling might make this easier, but not perfect. And leads me onto my next point.
Well, before
So,
we get there, let's let's go ahead and smack that down real quick because we have this thing in game called Lua. I don't know if anybody's aware of Lua, but when you
yes.
Lua, Lua.
yeah,
Oh no.
let me see if I can pull something up here because I actually have it installed. Is it? I guess is that one of them? Immolation.
Wait, now I got to
Yeah,
remember what's the
yeah. Well, I'm
what
gonna.
is the command for loading
I'm
things?
just gonna show you in a screenshot because these are customizable and you can move them around your screen and you can easily
The debuffs.
see. You can easily, yeah, because here, let me drop this in the green room for you so you can share it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How big that is on screen, so you don't have a problem with what is going on, and that's just one example of something that can be done. And
Yes.
this big icon can be moved. I forget exactly how you got to do control or an alt or control alt to move them. Been a while since I've
Yes.
tried to move them, but these are movable. What is the command to move them? Anybody know the command off top? What's
M,
Lua,
maybe?
lads? That's right. What's
There's no.
Lua? Nobody's heard of Lua.
Oh, damn it.
You
I
don't
got
have it
one stuck in
installed?
the top left-hand corner. No, I've got it installed, but it's like it has been so long since I've done any of the Lua
Yeah,
stuff that
yeah.
what is the command to
Yeah.
move it? Nope, not that. Nope, 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 nope. But I do like there are commands and there are plugins that you can use for buffing and debuffs. It's right alt M
Yeah, well, if I knew what that
for the
was,
buff
you
and
know, I
debuff.
would.
So right alt M is the buff enable disable buff monitors. Okay. So you can have the buffs and the debuffs monitors, and you can have all of that set up. Now, the fun part is this looks like all buffs, not debuffs.
Again, just I don't know exactly if those are all in there or not, but just saying that,
Whoops.
yeah, it's there.
Yeah.
Maybe he can request that as well because the devs aren't going to do anything about it.
No.
That was the main point. The devs aren't going to do anything about it.
Yeah. And then right alt R to reset, and left control and click to move. Oh, come on. Left control. Come on. Okay. It's left control and click, and then you end up grabbing shit and doing all kinds of other weird shit because Shroud. But yes, the Lua stuff, and there are add-ons. This is I forget which add-on this is actually at, is the Lua buff monitor.
But monitoring system.
If only you could copy and paste that shit and then bring up the so Shroud buff monitoring system Lua. Let's see. Da, 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 da. And that was last updated, and I'm providing that link here
Yeah, thank you.
on 1017. Dun 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 dun. So
Let's
you would
get
want
over
to
here.
download that and get that installed and run and played with.
I'm just looking to see if there's debuffs actually in there, but it doesn't look like it.
Well, it's described as buff and debuff.
Buffs monitored. Pet buffs currently monitored. Windows
Yeah.
opportunities currently monitored.
Da, 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 da.
Does that buff and debuff have anything to do with vampire slaying?
No.
But if you look at the screenshot, enable, disable buff monitors. So there are things. And then the real question is, does it track debuffs? Don't know. Can always ask Tirag.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Holding the right Alt key and pressing M will bring up the activation and deactivation screen for the individual monitors. Okay.
Well, that's what that's what I told you earlier.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
And then,
But
of course,
those look
he's
like
got
all buffs.
yeah,
None of the debuffs.
he's got pages and pages and pages of updates here too. So let's go to the end and just see if there have been debuffs added.
It's probably much faster. Just say, do you track debuffs?
Should ask him if he can add debuffs for this guy.
Yes. But Tirag is the person that you want to go to for that one.
Yes.
Um,
But again,
going back,
quite possible to make happen. Just not going to be something that you're going to see the developers do. So
yeah. Mm. It is stuff. Okay, then in all serious, the next thing I want to talk about is the user interface.
Yui.
Ooey. Ooey.
Yui,
'Cause
baby.
ooey. Lads, you need to put your hand and squeeze your nose and go ooey.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay.
I'm a little bit stuffy, and that ain't going to help my stuffiness.
You sure about that? Maybe
Yeah.
if you put your finger up your nose,
Well, I've been
then do
trying
weird
that, but
things
wiggle, wiggle,
like
wiggle.
come hither and wiggle, 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 and then come back out, and then
Yeah,
yes.
I'll do this.
Don't put the finger into your mouth.
Yeah, I'll do this. Someone takes me on a sea cruise.
Okay. Yes. I know you can move stuff around, but what that UE is unreadable to new players. I'll get into some player stuff in a bit, but the current UE is really bad for new players. It's hard to see what you're doing right or wrong. And if you watch most streamers, they change it in some way. I don't, but that's mostly because I don't know how to do API stuff, and I tend to play in the most noob-friendly kind of fashion. In specific, I voice what I understand and is frequently corrected. Oh boy. We'll get back to that. But even a cursory look around many streamers' streams, you'll see much larger icons to show when spells are up and other aspects, not including the XP counter thingy, which otherwise makes the game easier to understand. As someone who is working alongside mod teams, I can understand stretched resources. I've even had to make icons myself for testing, temp stuff to see if an effect was triggering, and readability of those things at a glance is a massive indicator to a player.
Okay, stop.
I know many.
So he works with, what's the word he uses? Alongside mod teams, and he's made his own icons, but he can't. Yeah, this just doesn't make any sense to me. If you work alongside mod teams, then you would understand how to install these mods that you see people using. I mean, it's not hard. Even I can do it. I mean,
It's just a
as
little.
you saw, copy and paste. And second off, yeah, you make an icon so that you can test stuff, so you understand the concept. So all you have to do is, I mean, just I'm just going on what he said that in the last paragraph where he doesn't understand the API stuff. If you can do all this shit, the API stuff should be a piece of
Well,
cake.
so someone else is writing those scripts, so you don't need to know
Well, that's
the
what I'm
API
saying.
stuff for gathering stuff. You don't need to know any of that shit. It's not like we're sitting here loading up all this shit on ourselves. Hold on,
Work on.
No, that's insulin pump.
Somebody's running low.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I want to clear this alert, and it's not on the actual, like, there's 34 units of insulin left, and it expires today at 4:24. It's like, okay, yeah.
Oh no!
We're all gonna die.
Hey, we're all gonna die. Yeah.
Beware the insulin.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, so he's referencing a lot of people that have uh are using Lua mods
Just like we
for
are.
their streams. Well, we don't like showcase that. We just brought that up
No,
as an
I mean, yeah, but
example.
yeah, we have them installed for use. That's what I'm
Yeah.
pointing out. Yeah,
We haven't updated them in a while, or I haven't updated mine in a
yeah,
long time. So,
good point.
uh, and haven't been playing around with all of them because during different cycles, there's been problems with Lua add-ons actually causing negative game performance. And then other things. But so most of those other people that you're watching are more than likely using Lua add-ons. And those add-ons, they're just going through the forums and looking for whichever add-on they're looking for. And the one that you really want is the buff monitor. And then that would be a conversation with Tirag to say, hey, do you have
Evox.
a debuff monitoring? It's like, come on. I'm aware. It's like, give me the alert over here. Yeah. Yes. I'm aware. There's no reason for you to be doing
You
this
keep
alert.
beeping.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
Over and over again. It's like, I'm aware it's going to die.
Is your battery low? Sometimes batteries are low, they beep.
So my insulin pump only stays on my body for like 3 days, and every 3 days it gets replaced. That is it's going to be over in a few hours alert. It's not a low battery. There is no battery that I can charge on it. But I know many players have played for a lot longer than me, and they're fine, but new players may not have the same resources, and that is a major point, another part of another point. I would love to see this game grow, and there's many mechanics that can suck in players after playing PoE on stream and hating it. But seeing how players get sucked into that, damn. And despite the game's relative age of models and some occasional clunky animations, there are still some scenes that have blown me away, and I've said that when I see it. So there's no reason, as far as I can see, that this game shouldn't grow, and right now, the way it's set up makes it difficult to recommend to others. Except to very specific people who love the Ultima series. Given that the last non-Ultima game came out in 1999, that makes it harder to pitch to younger people. I know, sample size of 1, but you see what I mean. Majority of us actually got into Shroud, and there was a couple 100,000 people that backed the game because of the promise of the developers. The hard part, and you have to remember this, we don't have a dev team. We have like a couple of individuals that are working part-time to do stuff.
There is no team.
Yeah, there is no team. So you end up with, hey, we've got all these, no dev team. Where does the money go? It's used to pay for like the keeping the game servers online. I mean, think of like the number. There's all kinds of reasons why they haven't like changed the name of the company for the subscriptions from Portalarium to Catnip, even though Portalarium doesn't exist anymore. It's that way they can keep stuff up online. Otherwise, they would have had a lot of people just forget that they're paying $9 a month.
You know, they ain't paying for those new servers at the co-location because, all those servers already existed in Chris's basement. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
garage,
Chris's
whatever.
vacation money. Yeah.
Camping money?
But camping money. Yeah, he needs a new ultralight something or other that weighs like 0.1 ounce. So he doesn't have to haul as much stuff. But the chain of information. This is one I've talked about on stream. This is the one I'm expecting people to talk about the most, possibly because it's a thorny issue. Information is the lifeblood of a game with the complexity of Steam. What do I mean by this? There's information collected to the player by playing. That's called the collected information. This includes the player's experience when relying on outside sources, the wiki, the player, other players reading the user interface. Then there's information given to the player through text. This includes the new player's guidebook, talking to NPCs, reading status effects, and is a lot more mechanical in nature. Let's call this gathered information. Then there's information spread by other players and the wiki. Let's call that shared information.
And the answer to your question is Deuce Blackheart. But I shared the link if you want to go back and look at it.
Yes. Douche Blackheart. And he actually watches our show, so he may actually be in the audience sooner or later. The game let's see. I have an issue with this chain of information discussion because there's a lot of information and a lot of different information sources. I would go ahead and categorize where each of those information sources are first before trying to actually say there's problems with the chain of information. Because if you wanted to, you could sit there and say, hey, the devs actually created this cool function portion of the forums to where they would have lore information, but they've never posted in it. After they created the forums.
When the players make up their own lore and they poo-poo it and take it out of the game.
Yeah.
Never seen that happen before.
Yeah.
Although fishing naked and drunk seems to have stuck, so
Well, that's because that's accurate. That's because that's accurate. Someone's bound to have some numbers that would actually support that.
Oh, I'm sure we could make them up.
Exactly. It is now statistically significant. Sample size 0. This game currently relies mostly on gathered and shared information. As often a player can have a skewed experience as they are a data set of one. To take an example of my own, I found grinding to get skeleton bones to be a complete hassle that eventually relied on parties in East Reach Gap, and by sheer grind, I eventually got what I needed to make bone armor. However, I was often told when I was on stream to farm other places, such as Exeter Crag Mines, which I did and got bugger all. Now, is this me complaining about drop rates? Not quite. My issue is that had I been playing on my own, I would have thought skeleton bones were rare as uranium in the real world because I had to grind for hours to get maybe 4 or 5. However, other people were much more successful and encouraged me to continue. For a new player who may choose to play offline, or a player who is not social, that is a dead end of information.
Trial and error. Trial and error.
And not only that, that would be more of a complaint about the drop rates absolutely sucking thanks to Shroud math.
Well, let me see something. Exeter Crag. Hold on. Let me take a look at this real quick. Uh, Exeter Crag Mines and the Crag Foothills. Doesn't actually tell me on
Yes.
Soda Map what it is. But
It doesn't tell you the tier or anything like that.
yeah, it doesn't tell you that there. But yeah, I'm thinking. What's the other place? It's more or less, also a level thing when it comes to that, and I'm thinking of Ravensmoor when it comes to skeleton bones. Ravensmoor, you would probably be.
You mean Deep Ravenswood?
No, Ravensmoor down in the southern
Okay.
southwestern tip, where it's fucking insane at certain points during the combat, where you're battling higher tier skeletons at an insane pace, and the drop rate would
Yeah.
be increasingly better because of the A sheer number, and B just the uh, tier level of skeletons. Now, of course, you can also try going out to what is it? It's right outside of Owl's Head here. Hold on.
Deep Ravenswood?
No, no.
Oh, the are you referring to
Kings Road.
isn't that a tier 1 though?
Well, that's what I'm saying, but there's skeletons out there, which is going to drop more. Tier ones that have a slow spawn rate, or tier eights that are, I again, I'm guessing at tier eights, but Ravensmoor is a pretty ramped up. It wasn't as ramped up as it is now until they changed it, but Ravensmoor has
Yeah.
become tougher and tougher.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It's all good.
Yeah. Tina says he used to get them iron mining, but where were you iron mining?
Shit.
And just out of curiosity, I gotta go look because I have personally bought several sets of bone armor. That's particularly what I use mostly because it's in the light armor category. Gives some really great properties, but I'm just looking to see what I've got in bone. Yeah, so I've only got 5 skeleton bones in my collection there. So really, I wasn't out collecting them.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
And you know what? We blew right past the butt of the hour and nobody said anything to us.
What?
What?
Why would no one
What?
remind us that we have passed the butt of the hour?
I mean, really, Lomir?
So that way I can sit there and send Knight Rider a streamer bundle.
Holy crap, Patosh. Patosh
Tosh.
is our winner.
Ooh. Yes. But going back onto this, wherever I was at, because I have no idea. Da, 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 da. I know that the wiki exists, but that wiki is not maintained with drop rates or perfect data because it is not run by the devs. You act like anything's run by the devs. And Soda Wiki doesn't have drop rates as far as I remember.
No, not that I can ever recall because
that
Shroud
was off of API data, which was more publicly accessible.
although, I found something that we're going to have to share here. Hold on here because I found something even more complicated than Shroud math.
Oh, something more complicated
Something more
than Shroud math?
complicated than Shroud math, yes. Come on, get in
I am
there.
waiting for this Shroud math. Oh, toilet paper math. Yes.
Yes. That thing is more, no math is harder than toilet paper math. 12 equals 54, 30 equals 68, 12 equals 72, 18 equals 82. So come to find out that
Yes.
Shroud math is not the toughest math at all. Toilet paper math
Toilet paper math.
is the roughest, but Shroud math comes in a close
Well,
second to toilet paper math.
yeah.
Well, the right toilet paper won't make it the toughest.
25,000 for that. Let's go ahead.
Yeah, mere bag of shells.
But
Take it out of petty cash.
$25,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Intruder
where
alert.
is this chain? Let's say there are 5 players in this example, A, B, C, D, and player D is the antisocial player who comes on and plays by themselves, doesn't talk to anyone. They are an information dead end, a broken chain. They pass on nothing but link to nothing else. Players A, B, and C bump into each other a decent amount and talk to each other. Player A knows about a new item that drops in one area but is rare and tells players B and C that if they want it, they should go get it. Players A, B, and C grind the air and get enough of the drop that they no longer need it. Player A stops playing for whatever reason, doesn't come back. Players B and C meet a new player E, and that player eventually wants an item, just so happens to be the thing that B and C got a long time ago. Memory isn't perfect, and neither is the wiki, so they don't remember exactly where they got it from. When asked by player E, they also don't know the drop chance and may have forgotten it how long ago. This chain of information, ABC, is now broken because the original source isn't there to correct mistakes, and it relies on human memory. A thing that even the US judicial system tries not to use, as people are terrible as evidence. People misremember things, people can straight out forget, and again, it is relying on a player to do the work of gathering the information and either share it with players directly or share it with via contribution on the wiki, etc. I'm going to go with that is one. So this information chain is a false
Right on, Bridge Troll, right on.
yeah. The game isn't supposed to tell you where something drops explicitly. That's supposed to be something that's discovered by the players.
A.
Now,
And B, if the players want to contribute to Soda Wiki, it's not a must. They can for said
it's
reasons.
optional.
It's optional. But then there's player Z who says, fuck you guys. I don't want anybody to know what I found out, so I'm not submitting nor sharing any of that information with you guys.
Yeah. And this is one where also we're still confusing Soda Wiki with the public API as far as the stats go for where things are dropping.
Yeah, well,
Because those two.
that brings us to yet another point: is that there is who makes it? We were just there. The same people who are doing it's the
Shroud of the Avatar dot
.net.
not
Yes,
that one.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Shroud.net.
Shroudoftheavatar.net. Come on.
Yes. With the public stats API.
So that if you
That
wanted to
is,
know where, API data, monster stats, PvP stats, where to find supply bundles, loot stats. So let's go look
yes.
for, let's search for bones.
Boners?
Bella bones, deadly bones, skeleton pelvic bones. There is
Yes.
no regular skeleton bone.
Dun, 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 dun,
I'll
dun,
look
dun,
under
dun.
S.
Broken skeleton, fallen skeleton, skeleton
Well, if you look
archer.
at under
Oh, there it
bone,
is.
there's a lot.
I tried bone, but skeleton bone wasn't there. And skeleton bone is a vendor item.
Ooh. No. Well, I think
Okay,
that might be
it's
the
listed
deco.
under vendor items.
Yeah.
Let's see what we've got.
It's kind of like the sitting skeleton, which is deco.
Yeah.
But
So
skeleton bone is probably deco. That's why it's being confused.
commodity prices. Let's try. No, that wouldn't be it. Do you think it'd be in the deco?
But if you look at the bone armor recipe,
Where are you finding that?
well, it's you have to do a search for bone and then scroll down to recipe for the bone armor. Because there's the recipe for the bone chest, bone boots, bone armor.
Bone armor is just, that's stuff on the vendors.
But the
So,
recipe, hey, imagine that, not there.
but that's stuff that's sold. That's not a drop rate.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what, if only they linked to the actual item as well.
Yeah,
But
let's see. Commodity prices, all prices. Can we do a search
But the
in
fun
here?
part is you've got so much like different data all over the place that there is no one place to aggregate all this stuff. That's manpower. Manpower.
Yeah, see now if you're looking under those items that are sold, then there's a whole crap load.
Yep.
I'm looking for just skeleton bone drop, sold, but I don't see that even.
From irishcentral.com. According to the website Bone Room, which specializes in
What is
Alexa,
Laz
stop.
doing?
Apparently, she liked the topic of bones, and she wanted to give me some. Just looking for skeleton bone drop sold. For some reason, she picked up on that, and
yeah. The fun part is, so going back to the original request, my honest opinion is that the information should be clear to players in a multitude of forms. It needs to be quick and easy to read as a debuff, as it needs to be correct and it needs to be up to date. They shouldn't be telling you where exactly to find loot drops unless they're like introducing some very special brand new thing that only drops off of like one particular mob, like say the NV longbow only drops off of the NV angel. Then it's a matter of, hey, that is cyclical and only available in certain months of the year. One of the other games that he plays releases all drop information as a single web page where it gets updated with every patch, and that is only because they are legally required to. This is because they offer drop chance boosters, and under EU law, if you do that, you have to give the odds to begin with. The game I'm talking about is Warframe. The wiki for that, which is now officially recognized but was not for the last 7 years or so, pulls this information and formats it so players can easily understand and easily search it. Not only that, this information is updated frequently. I'm not talking about taking time here to dunk on the wiki. They do a great job, but they take their information from people submitting it, and that is an effort that many people will not go to. Yeah, we're aware with it of that. All wikis are volunteer shit. And some people enjoy that shit, other people do not. And the devs, going back to the staffing issues, tell me which devs are full-time. Tell me who are the full-time devs.
They're not telling you because there aren't any. Can't give you what they don't have. I think that's painfully obvious.
Yeah. And yeah, careful about asking questions. You may end up with a banhammer.
Ban.
Ban. Because you're toxic. Yes. Wrapping things up here. Right now, the ability of a new player to play the game is hampered by them having to do so many steps, and that's assuming their build doesn't in some way make their lives harder. I'm not even talking about me in this instance because I've had constant help from my viewers. I've been corrected on wrong information. When I started, the wiki wasn't linkable from the game itself, and only this year I linked to an API client for finding where stuff drops the most. I was grounding the South Boundless Forest for chainsword patterns because I don't think they had much higher drop rate in Screk and Scroll, and I'd only seen them drop in that area. That's the kind of thing that's an issue. Where if I didn't have my stream, I would have never known and spent a lot longer. Well, so the other thing that would help you out with that is if there was like an in-game system where the NPCs told you about cool things, but at the same time, all swords are the same thing. That's just really a skin.
Well, my
it doesn't
question was
provide any cool benefit.
Yeah, my question was going to be how many of those do you fucking need? How many patterns do you need for chainsword?
Yeah.
Maybe a handful if you want to switch them up. And Sean, the question we was looking for is we were looking for skeleton bones. Not in particular. The question was skeleton bone drop rates is what we were looking for. So if you can give us a link to that, that would be really great if you have one. But we couldn't find it in your API there in your tool. But I appreciate you chiming in, buddy.
But let's see. But Angus, none of that shit matters because it's useless. The best gear, and I'm using that in quotes, is player crafted. And then everything else is just a visual modifier on top of that. So who cares where a chainsword really drops? So
remember, you can always do vendor searches and just go buy shit instead of having to grind for it like certain people do. Yes.
Yeah.
Who's got this for sale? I'll pay for it. Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if you've been out there.
Does anybody know where this drops?
Yeah.
Universe chat. Oh.
Oh, here we go. Skeleton bone. So Sean just gave us a
Yes.
link for skeleton bone. Let's see what we got here. Ingredients, components, skeleton bone. And Novian Hillside, Dungeon Entrance 1, The Rise. Selenia Catacombs,
Yes.
Spectral Mines, Exeter Crag, Craig Foothills, East Reach Gap. So, yeah, I'm surprised
Well,
that...
the real thing is, where is Novia R8 Hills 02? It's a great name for a scene.
yeah. Or Dungeon Entrance.
Yeah.
Because Novia 8 Hills 02_01, is a really great...
Yes. Olfheim, maybe? You do new. Because it's got oof color. Zombies. Ducks. Large stag.
backpack.
I don't know.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the link, Sean.
But, yes, thank you. But yes.
It's within a reasonable day's travel of Novia R8 kills 01_01. Okay.
Yeah, it is one where it's like
Just goes to prove the original poster's point. The chain of information of where Novia R8 Hills 02_01 is, with quite the massive difference, 140,000 versus the next closest of 36,000, leaves a lot to be desired.
yeah. I mean, that's some Shroud math as far as balance goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah, appreciate the info.
Yes. Shroud math.
And then Bergen goes ahead and says the same thing we said as an answer to that. Have a look at Tirag's buff monitor system.
Buff
Yes.
monitor. Yes. And then my issue is more that I shouldn't have to mod the game to make it readable, and I'm what I would consider experienced. Imagine a new player just playing with purely collected information. Go with default configurations, because user interface versus where something drops are completely different, unrelated issues. Yeah, you know what? They had blind or colorblind staff members. You would think that they would have actually spent some time on the user interface, but they really didn't. I was in the office one day when like Lum was asking me like, "Hey, is this a gold color?" And it's
Yeah.
like, because he was colorblind. And it's like, yes.
Tina,
yes.
you're absolutely right. He's not wrong, and the default should be sensible.
No.
But again, that's Shroud.
Oh,
baby.
absolutely. It should be customizable so that way people can set their own basic color schemes as far as how resources are done.
Yeah, the default setting should be set to a mid to low level starting point, and then if people want to ramp it up, they could. Because I can't tell you how many times early on people go, "My game is super laggy," blah blah blah, and you find out they're playing with that 386 DX2 or 486 DX2 instead of a Pentium with 4 or 8 cores that is recommended, with no video card, and they wonder why their game is sluggish. But anyway, what's not sluggish though, Jack?
The fact that Maynard receiving a streamer bundle on my
our
stream.
giveaways. That's right, our giveaways.
And
fucking Lomir.
Tina's going to be receiving
Nom,
a
nom, nom, nom.
gappy of I am fish.
Fish, what? Fish?
Yes, Tina's going to be playing I am fish.
Fish.
Here,
Thank
fishy,
you.
fishy, fishy. All right, and let's see what we've got for our mystery game winner. And first up, let's pull the winner. We'll close the giveaway. Pick ourselves the winner. And that's going to be Lomir. So, Lomir, do you want it or don't you want it? When ski lifts go wrong. When ski lifts go wrong.
Oh, yes.
No.
That's where it's $14.99 on Steam, and he doesn't want it, so we're going to pick the next winner. And the next winner is going to be Jigoku. Jigoku
I was
is going
just
to
thinking
get that.
Jikoku.
I
Huh?
can't believe I am fish is $20.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. But congratulations, Jigoku.
Yes.
Jigoku will be playing When Ski Lifts Go Wrong very soon. And of course, we'll be playing some more news and misinformation for you tomorrow, right here on NBNN. Don't forget, short week, short month, and we'll be back with more tomorrow, right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz,
I'm Jack.
and we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.